Make sure you get a grown-up to help you hit subscribe. That way, you won't miss out on any of the new videos that come out.
Ozzie, 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 oi. Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day kids, Ozzie here. Now who loves listening to music on the radio? I do too. And do you know how the music gets into your radio? Well, that comes from what's called a radio station. But how does a radio station work? Well, that is a very good question. Today, we're going to try to explain how the radio actually works. And then the really fun part, we're going to go along to a real life radio station and meet some real life radio stars. And maybe even make our own Ozzie radio program. Kids, make sure you tune in closely to this one. This should be a lot of fun. The idea of radio has been around for a long time, but it was in 1888 that a man named Heinrich Rudolf Hertz from Germany was first able to prove and show that radio waves existed. Then, in the 1890s, a man named Guglielmo Marconi from Italy first made a radio which was used by ships at sea to communicate with each other. Eventually, people worked out how to use radio waves to send things like voices and music and even pictures. And nowadays, radio wave technology is used to operate lots of things like TVs and remote controls and mobile or cell phones and two-way radios or walkie-talkies, which are used by lots of truck drivers. Have you ever used a toy walkie-talkie before? They're lots of fun. And did you know that police and firefighters and ambulance workers all use special radios to communicate with each other and tell each other important information that can help out in an emergency? A machine that sends radio signals is called a transmitter, and a machine that receives radio signals is called a receiver or an antenna, and a machine that does both is called a transceiver. When radio signals are sent out to many receivers at the same time, this is called a broadcast. And this is what you hear on the radio in the car or on the stereo at home. A couple of the most famous radio broadcasters in Australia are two people named Brendan Jones and Amanda Keller, or as they're better known, Jonesy and Amanda. Now these two have been working together on the radio since 2004, which is longer than you kids have been alive. Anyway, I think it's time we go and meet Jonesy and Amanda and let them tell us more about how an actual real life radio station works. So come on kids, let's go.
Ozzie, 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 oi. Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day kids, Ozzie here. This is going to be really exciting because today we're going to learn all about a radio station. You know when you're in the car and you can hear people's voices coming through the speakers? Well, chances are the people talking on the other end are in a place just like this. This is a real life radio station. Today we're lucky enough to be joined by a very special guest to teach us all about how a radio station works. His name is Brendan Jones, but he's better known as Jonesy from Sydney's breakfast show, Jonesy and Amanda. Now all the fun stuff happens inside, so why don't you come with me, see if we can find Jonesy and we'll check it all out. Let's go kids. So kids, we've come inside the radio station now. Now before we get to go inside and see the actual studio, we're coming to this room which is called a green room. Now this is where all the celebrities that are getting interviewed by Jonesy and Amanda or any other radio hosts, this is where they come and they get to sit in here, have a drink of water, a cup of tea and just chill out before they get to go on air. So just like a celebrity, I'm going to sit here and chill out and wait until it's our turn to go in and meet Jonesy and Amanda and check out the actual studio where they're recording a real life radio show right now. Pretty exciting. Okay kids, so we're right here in a real life radio show. You can see Jonesy and Amanda are there. They're having a break because the song's on and they're about to get ready to come back on air and start talking to you, and that's what you'll hear through your speakers in your car or at home. You see the person in the background, that's Jimmy, and he's the panel op. So he's pressing all those buttons and making the songs play and the different sound effects come on. So there's lots of things happening in there. You see the big microphones in there? They're a little bit different to Aussie's, aren't they? They're very, very cool. Now those headphones that they're wearing, that's so that Jonesy and Amanda can hear each other, and Jimmy, he's got a pair on as well, so they can all hear each other. Now that room that they're in, that's actually soundproof, so they can't hear us. they can just hear what's going on inside there. And that's really important so that they don't have any distractions and so that what you hear through your radio is perfectly clear with no background noise. Now kids, see the screen at the background? That's called a daily log, and that's so that Jonesy and Amanda and Jimmy can see exactly what's coming up. And there's one out here for the team out here as well, because all you can hear inside and on the radio at your end is Jonesy and Amanda, the two voices. But it's a team that work together to make this radio show work. All right kids, so the guys are just about to finish their radio show, so let's go and see if we can meet Jonesy and Amanda. Let's get inside.
See you tomorrow. Hi, it's Ozzie.
Hello. Hi.
Hi guys, thank you so much for coming and for allowing Ozzie to come along and learn all about a radio station and show the kids at home how it all works.
Well, look, if you want to learn anything about radio, this man, Brendan Jonesy Jones, is the man to talk to. He's been working in radio for 150,000 years.
That's a long time.
And what he doesn't know about radio isn't worth knowing, or so he tells me every day anyway. So I'll leave you to it. You can learn everything you can from him.
Thank you, Amanda.
You're welcome.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
Amanda, thank you so much. It's lovely to meet you.
You too. Good
See you soon. Stay keen. All right, kids, so come on inside.
Here we
This is the
go.
studio, and we're here with Jonesy.
Yes.
Where do we start?
The radio studio. Well, it's pretty much come a long way since when I first started in it all those years
Well,
ago.
150,000 years is a long time.
150,000 years ago. When I first started in it, we used to have record players. I asked Mum
a
and Dad
record
about record players. So you had a record, you put the needle on the record, and that's what you would do. And you had tape machines, big reel-to-reel tape machines. Now it's all, as you can see, it's all computerized, and it's everything's loaded in to the computer. So it's all the songs that we're going to play are here. So as you can see, and if I put that on here,
Look at all these buttons, kids.
there's a
How
lot of
exciting.
buttons to press. And then we're playing the music, and then there'll be a little thing that comes up that's called a teaser.
Okay.
So that's the bits in between the ads, which would sound like this.
WSFM's Holiday a Day. 13 WSFM now.
Isn't that so cool, kids?
So that comes up there, and we've got all our buttons here, and then we've got the microphones here. So that's I've got Jonesy and Amanda. So there's Amanda's one and my microphone.
Okay.
And so they're on now.
very
Well, we're not on air right now. It looks like we're on air,
does.
but we're not on air. So this machine here, Vox Pro, is pretty much the new. That's the way we do it. So you can play whatever is on that. You can play that through. And so I can.
Oh, wow.
So if I can, and I can edit that or change it to whatever. So that's part of the technology that we have these days.
Love it.
So I started 1990.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
so you would have seen a lot of changes over the years, as you've said.
Exactly. And I love it. I've always liked it. I like the immediacy of it. It's so whatever you say in here in the microphones, it goes out there and it's straight away. It's there.
Yeah, so that is amazing. So that's what we were learning and we were teaching the kids before when we were outside. Everything that you guys are saying,
Yeah.
you and Amanda, is being played through here, recorded through here, and then projected out through car stereos, radios at home, and all around Australia.
Yeah. That's and now with the like iHeartRadio, our radio station app, you can listen anywhere in the world.
It's amazing.
So you could be wherever, and you can tune us in, which is on your phone, which is quite amazing.
Yeah, technology's come a long way.
Technology's come a long way, and I think I've seen most of the different technology as well.
Brilliant.
But it's still a simple principles. You still got your microphone, goes out through the desk, then it goes up to the satellite, not to the satellite, to the transmitter, and then the transmitter puts it out, and then your radio picks it up.
Wowee.
Simple.
So a transmitter is like a transformer. What's a transmitter?
Transmitter's the big stick. Can I draw a
please.
diagram, Ozzie?
Absolutely.
So this is us. So this is us. There's the microphone. There's Ozzie.
Oh, that's Ozzie.
That's Ozzie. That's Ozzie. See, I put a little hat on you.
Beautiful.
And so your microphone goes into the desk,
Okay.
I'll put some slides on it. And then that in turn goes to our transmitter, which is not here, it's another place. So the transmitter is like a series of just equipment. I don't want to make it too complicated.
No.
And then that goes into our stick, and the stick is the big aerial that you'll see. And then that radiates out the radio waves, which in turn goes to your radio, and it'll be music or coming out of the speaker.
Music or whatever you guys are saying.
Well, WSC, and that's it. So that's how it all...
Well, it looks pretty simple to me.
It's pretty simple, isn't it, really?
Essentially what you do is you're talking to this beautiful microphone here.
Yep.
And then all the people, the kids and everyone else can hear it through their radio at home or through their phone these days.
Simple.
So Jonesy, because we're sitting in the real radio station here,
Sure.
can we maybe do a real radio show?
You want to do a real radio show?
Love to.
Okay, well, you'll have to put on your cans, as we call them in the
Oh,
trade.
right, so they're not called headphones.
I'll let you use my ones and my microphone.
Thank you very
So
much.
you've got them on. Okay, so now I'm going to put the microphones on. There you go. But you know what? Can you hear yourself?
I can.
Don't you sound good?
Isn't that incredible? I do. I have a voice for radio.
You have a beautiful voice for radio. But what song will we play?
Well, Jonesy, why don't you just play me one of your favourite songs?
This is my favourite song. It's a chart smash.
A chart smash.
You might be familiar with it.
Yeah, Ozzie, 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 oi.
Wow. Wow, Jonesy likes the Aussie song.
Ozzie, Ozzie, Ozzie.
It's a bit of an earworm, isn't it?
It is. It's very catchy. Kids love it. There's kids out there singing it all over the world.
He's a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine. Yeah, Ozzie takes it on the cheek and he's always kind. That's Ozzie.
That's Ozzie.
That's Aussie.
Beautiful. This is the instrumental piece where you sort of, you can rock out. But right now I'm recording everything we say. So everything
Check
you'll
this out,
say.
kids. Look at all these flashing lights and are they called levels, Jonesy?
That's called levels. Very good, Ozzie. So you look at this. So you say something. So just say, hello, Jonesy, it's Ozzie.
Hello, Jonesy, it's Aussie.
That's you right there. And then watch this. If I stop that and then I go back, and then I'll fix that up, and then
Hello, Jonesy, it's Aussie. Hello, Jonesy, it's Aussie. Hello, Jonesy, it's Aussie. Okay, Jonesy, so we've heard the song.
yep,
Now, do you think we can set up like a real Aussie radio show?
sure. What would you call your radio show?
Aussie?
Wow, that's a great name.
Genius.
That's a great name. Well, you got to do your DJ voice. You got to get on there and do your DJ voice. I'll sit here and watch you. You've got to go into the Aussie song. So you have to forward sell the Aussie song. So you'll say the time, first the radio show.
Okay.
It's Aussie radio show.
Yes.
And then you say the time.
Okay.
It's 9:45.
Yes.
Heading for a top of 21 degrees. Right now it's 17.
Wow.
And here's a chart smash. Okay.
Let's see if I can try, kids. All right. So it's 17 degrees, it's 9:45, and we've got a song coming up for you, which I think you're going to love. It's a chart smash, and it's called Aussie.
Yeah, Ozzie, 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 Ozzie.
He's a natural.
How fun is that?
Ozzie, 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 Ozzie.
I love it. I could get used to this, Jonesy. This is quite fun sitting in the studio talking into the microphone, which I notice has your name written
Yes.
up here, Jonesy.
Yeah, that's how no one steals it.
Of course. Well,
Of course.
I don't think it'd fit in my pocket anyway.
Well, no, yeah. You, and it's bolted down as well.
It is bolted down, and
Yeah.
we don't steal things anyway. Of
No,
course.
that's terrible. Don't.
Jonesy, obviously when we're on the radio, everyone out there can hear us, but I notice there's a couple of cameras in the room here. Is that
Yes.
because people can actually see us as well?
Yes, so you can follow us on Instagram or any of the social media platforms, and all of our movements are caught on camera these days.
Of course. So not only do you need to sound good,
You got to look good.
you look good as well. Well, you've
How am I going? I
you've
should
fit
have had
the
a
part.
shave today.
No, you look fantastic, Jonesy.
thank you.
Yeah, not like Ozzie. I've got a good head for radio, I think.
I think you look good, mate. You look very, very good.
Fantastic. All right, so I've seen lots in here. I've learnt lots, and I think the kids have probably learned a lot too.
Exactly.
Now, what else can you show us about a radio
Well,
station?
I can show you the control room where all of the magic happens, where all this stuff, it goes through all of this, and then it goes over to our control room.
Wow, well, I'd love to see it if you'd like to take us over and show us.
Let's go and have a look.
Fantastic, let's go, kids.
Follow me, Ozzie.
All right, kids, so we're here at the control room. Jonesy, we're going to go inside and check it out. Let's go, kids.
Come on, guys.
Wow, it's pretty noisy in here, Jonesy.
Well, they're all the air conditioners, Ozzie, so we've got to keep all this equipment cool so it doesn't get, it doesn't overheat. There's a lot of electricity and power in here.
There certainly is. What a mess.
That's all the cables for pretty much everything. For internet cables, that's just for the internet type stuff. Telephone lines,
Okay.
all those things.
So you don't want to just accidentally grab one and pull them out?
No, well, I would be in big trouble. And so
Steer clear of that then.
if we go down here, all these things go out to the transmitter.
Cool. There's one of those daily logs.
There's the daily log up there. Very good.
good.
So we can see what's happening in our studio right now from here.
Amazing. That's really, really cool. So that's to make sure that everyone in the whole station knows exactly what's going to air and what's coming up.
Exactly.
So many pieces of equipment, but I think the most important thing is don't touch anything, right?
Pretty much, except for this button here. We can touch this. So we can hear all the radio stations. So we don't just have one radio station here. There's a whole bunch of radio stations.
Right.
Of course, we're the best radio station.
Of course.
But there are other radio stations. So if I turn that up,
Virtual race.
Okay,
that's us. But then I can switch.
Pepsi Max at home.
I can switch over to another radio station. And that's pretty much the radio that you hear at home.
There you go.
Going up that big transmittery thing.
Yep.
And the big sound waves go out. And then your little aerial on top of the radio picks it up and it comes out here.
All right, Jonesy, thank you so much for showing
Not
us
a
inside
problem.
the control room.
Yeah.
Should we head back to the studio and finish off the Ozzie show?
We're going to wrap up the Ozzie show, of course.
Let's go.
I'm going to forget.
Hang on. Jonesy,
Yes.
is that you?
He looks like me.
He does look like you.
Looks a bit younger.
Jonesy and Amanda. How good is this? All right, let's get back inside.
Come on, Ozzie.
Jonesy, thank you so much for showing us the control room.
Great to be here.
Yeah, and thank you so much for allowing Ozzie to come in and check out how a real radio station works and teach the kids at home lots and lots of things.
Exactly.
Yep, kids, we'll see you on the next video. And until then, stay keen.
Yeah.
Before we go, how do we sign off, Jonesy?
I think we've got to play the Ozzie song.
Of course we do.
Ozzie, 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 boy. Ozzie, 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 boy.
It's catchy.
It is catchy.
Ozzie is a
Friend of yours and he's a friend of mine. Ozzie takes it on the cheek and he's always kind. That's Ozzie.
Ozzie,
Make sure you get a grown-up to help you hit subscribe. That way, you won't miss out on any of the new videos that come out. And did you happen to find the hidden Ozzie icon in that video? Make sure you look really closely because they're in every single video. And we'll see you again soon. Until then, stay keen. Don't forget to follow Ozzie on our social channels at Ozzie for Kids. Feel free to send us some ideas on what you want to learn about next. What sports you'd like to play, jobs you want Ozzie to feature, vehicles you're fascinated with, or any subjects you'd like to know more about. I'm just as keen as you, so together, let's learn more. And if you've got any friends that you think might like Ozzie, don't forget to tell them too. See you next time, kids. Until then, stay keen.
Ozzie, 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 boy. Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of